Hi guys, I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I'm here today to do a review on the novel known as Halloween 2. It's based on a movie of the same name. The novel was released November 1st, 1981, and it is written by Dennis Etchison, who is under the pseudonym Jack Martin. The novel is basically the same as the movie, but only it expands a little bit on the mythology of Michael Myers, and it basically reveals that he's some kind of spirit called Lord Samhain. A lot of people pronounce that Samhain, but as I told you guys in 2014, it's actually pronounced Samhain. I'm not going to go too much into the novel because it's basically the same as the book. If you want to listen to the audio version of the novel, I will put the link in the description box. And the audio version is narrated by Amy Mullen. I thought she did a good job reading the novel, but she kept mispronouncing the name of Mrs. Alves. She called her Mrs. Alves. And the thing is, she said, "Oh, well, I've never seen Halloween 2. You've never seen that movie? And it came out in 1981. You haven't seen it yet? I don't get that, but whatever." Anyway, the book also talks about Michael's childhood and the fact that Laurie actually knew who Michael was. She knew Michael, it's just that she tried to suppress and repress the memory of her brother, but then it finally came out and she's like, "Oh yeah, come to think about it, I do remember you. You were always a problem child." And after Michael Myers killed Judith, the parents basically said, "You better not talk about Michael or we're gonna beat you. We're gonna take off the belt and beat you for it." So Laurie's childhood was basically hell. I feel sorry for her. But in the novel, Michael's going around killing people, just like the movie. And Dr. Sam Loomis is walking the streets of Haddonfield with his gun. And he's basically saying, "I can't wait to send you back to hell, Michael Myers, or whatever your real name is, because I know that's not your real name. You basically came in a human body. And this spirit is supposed to be, as I said before, Lord Samhain." And I like the fact that they're very descriptive of the Halloween scenery. Like they said, the pumpkins stink from being lit too long. The wax was basically melting in the pumpkin, and the pumpkin started to stink because it started melting. So I like the fact that they mentioned that. And Laurie thinks that Michael Myers killed his parents somehow. Like maybe he put some kind of touch on them or some kind of hex or what have you, because they died in 1965. They were killed in an automobile crash. Personally, I don't think Michael killed them. I think that they just couldn't take the stigma of their son being a murderer. You know what I mean? If my son were a murderer, I don't think I'd be able to take that, because everywhere I go, people are going to be looking and pointing and saying, "Look, hey, your son killed his sister." So I don't think I'd be able to deal with that either. But anyway, Jack Martin uses the phrase "the shape" a lot, and sometimes he's not even talking about Michael Myers. That's the only part that I didn't like about this novel. I think he used it way too much. But other than that, this is one of those times where I can actually say that famous phrase, "The book was better than the movie." I wish the movie would have been based on the book, because the book was better. It described him more. It described his personality more. You learn more about him, as opposed to the regular movie. You learn that he's an evil spirit that basically came in human form, and it's the same as the movie. And in this, Dr. Loomis is a lot more vulgar. He says, I should have blew your effing head off or something like that. I mean, he's pretty intense in the novel, and I can understand why. And I could all but see Donald Pleasence playing this role. I really truly enjoyed the novel. To make a long story short, it ends the same way the movie ends. The hospital gets burned down. Not burned down, but burned out. And everybody dies. I mean, they're, losing people one by one. Everybody in the hospital disappears. And Laurie basically says, Michael, you've been with me all this time. You've been inside of me and you've been outside of me. So, she's very descriptive of the relationship that she has with her brother. And I can appreciate that because it really made for an interesting read. Alright guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Go and check out the novelization of Halloween 2. More of the Night He Came Home. That's the movie tagline. This novel was written by Jack Martin, whose real name is Dennis Etchison. Great novel. It was better than the movie. And that's about it. If you guys want to listen to the audio version, I will put it in the description box once again for you guys to listen to it. It was narrated by Amy Mullen. Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween 2, More of the Night That He Came Home. Thank you very much. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I love Michael Myers. I approve this message. Thank you so much, guys. Halloween 2, everyone. More of the Night He Came Home. I'm out.